Good morning. We're here a little longer. Of course, it's wrapped around. This is fitting right into the sermon this morning, just letting you know. Yeah, turn off altar real quick. is up and starting to move around. However, he moves around a little bit on the day, and then at night, the ankle hurts again. So if Jane would stop kicking him, it would be helpful. So Audrey at Fairhaven, of course, Fairhaven has a number of cases of COVID. So please keep all these individuals and things in prayer. Any others this morning? Behind me. Okay. Okay. Bob Finke passed away Friday night, the Finke family. And also Michael Emmons starts his chemo 5 days a week for the next six weeks, radiation. So please keep in prayer. So there's a number of things going on. I mean, the list grows every week. And just continue to keep these individuals in prayer. Any others this morning? Keep the family in prayer. Horrible thing in many ways. Grief does not end. We often say, you kind of, no, grief doesn't end. How we cope with it changes as we grow with it, but grief never ends. The love is still there. I filmed this week with TV 44, and we talked about grief and the loss during COVID, and one of the persons used the analogy that grief is love lost without any place to go. And so we have love that we have been giving to that person, and now we can't give it to that person because they're not there, and we just don't know what to do with all that love. And that was a great illustration for my mind to kind of, that we still have love to give, and we don't know where to channel it. For Junior, for Sue, for Steve, another night, more pain, more anger building, and a greater sense of hopelessness. The pain continued to grow more than the day before. Once again, I fell in a heap on the love seat in the apartment. Inwardly, I had become a wreck. Outwardly, I laughed and I lived a lie. When the anxiety of the reality flooded in, I ran over for cover, and I would run for cover at that moment. Did God really care about me? Did God even know I existed? Did I ever even matter to God? I felt as if my life, my being, the sum of all I was at the age of 24, was equal to a pile of manure. It stunk. It was just decomposing. It was wasted. I was wasted. Now I wonder how many reading these words feel or felt like this. Once I was a heap of formless, directionless, and helpless person. But now all that has changed. I invite you to embark on a journey from where you are to what God has in store for you. Let me say, you are not a pile of manure, no matter how you are feeling about yourself. Why? You are not a pile of manure because God created you and loves you. Yes, even in the midst of the darkest of time, out to be true ambassadors of the redeeming, forgiving, and loving Heavenly Father that we adore today. How many of us can relate to those words sometime in our life? I see the hands. See, that's from an unpublished book. And it reads, they're right here. Inwardly, self-worth. Inwardly, sin, scars from other people, scars. The depth of our walk with God, it's shallow. Fear of failure. What if I try and do any? Have we ever had any of these thoughts? Our past. What will people say when they find out? Oh, I already know. They already know this all about me. They'll never believe me. They'll never trust me. They'll never. Can we go down the list? Truly believing that God has forgiven you, loves you, and wants to make you more. God doesn't even know I exist. Ever had those kind of emotions before? And gives his life to God and says, I will follow you. I'll be your person. He comes to this town in Athens. The only time he was in Athens that we can find, he comes and he's there, and we see Eastern Highlanders how they talk, Florida people how they talk. When Jerry comes back from Florida, hi Jerry. When Sandra and Larry come back from Florida, hi Larry right now. And when they come back from Florida, they the power and strength of Christ. The first time I told my testimony after accepting Jesus Christ began. Isaiah 41 and these words. But you, Israel, my servant, Jacob, whom I have chosen, you descendants of Abraham, my friend. I took you from the ends of the earth, from the furthest corners I called you.